Hi everyone, this is Ran from the Winchester Public Library. I'm going to show you how to host a meeting on Zoom using an iPhone today. So right here we're looking at an image of an iPhone and we have some instructions that we're going to cover today. If you haven't downloaded Zoom before, what you're going to do is go on an iPhone, go to the App Store, or on an Android device, you would go to the Google Play Store and you would download it. I already have it on here for today, but in order to download it, you go to App Store, and up in the top corner, you're going to, or up in the bottom right corner, right here, you're going to tap on Search, and you would just type in the name of the app, Zoom, and it is this one right here. I already have it downloaded, so it would say open. If it wasn't something that I already had downloaded, it would say get, and we would tap on get and it would download to the device. So I'm going to go back to Zoom. So I'm going to tap on Zoom in order to open it, and we're going to talk a little bit about how you can host a meeting. If you want to host a meeting, you do have to create a free or basic account with Zoom. The basic account lets you set up meetings with up to 100 participants. It lets you have unlimited time for one-on-one meetings, and it limits group meetings to 40 minutes per meeting. You would go in and hit sign up right here if you didn't have an account already. Now, just to clarify, you can attend Zoom meetings without having an account. Basically, if you have access to the link to get to the meeting or the meeting ID and password, you have access to attend accounts. Zoom will usually prompt that it be downloaded as an app onto your phone or tablet, or on a PC, a laptop, or a MacBook. If you click on a link for Zoom, it will also prompt that it be downloaded onto your computer so that you have access to it. In this case, I already have an account with the library, so I'm not going to touch any of the other ones. We are not joining a meeting. We could do that if we wanted to join a meeting. If you haven't signed up for an account and you want to host meetings, you're going to sign up. In my case, I'm going to sign in because I already have an account and I just want to see the meetings that I have today. So I'm going to tap sign in. It's going to ask me for the email address that I'm using, and I am going to, in the video, just so you know, I'm going to block some of the visuals. It'll be a little blurry just to protect my information. Alright, so we're signing in. I typed in the password and we're signing in right up here. If we wanted to join someone else's meeting, we would tap on join, but in this case, we want to schedule our own meeting some point in the future. So we're going to click schedule, or tap on it, and we're going to name a meeting. So say I wanted to meet with my sister's dogs. I would say Zoom dogs as the title of my meeting, and that space right up top where it was grayed out, that's where I've typed it in. I'm going to then go down to start and click on this in order to set the date. So say I want to talk to them on the 16th at noon. Basically, when I tap on that, we have a little wheel that pops up at the bottom, and we'd select the time and date and then hit done when we're all set. We can also adjust the timing, although it's going to warn you that if you schedule it for an hour with a basic account, you can only have up to 40 minutes. So I'm just going to leave it. We could change the time zone. We could have it be a repeating meeting, which means we have something weekly. We can schedule it that way so we don't have to schedule every single meeting. If we have it weekly on Mondays, we would schedule one meeting and have it for a certain period of time, a certain number of occurrences. This part you're going to see in the video when it's finished. It will be blurred out, but this is your personal meeting ID. You don't want to toggle this on. You want it to randomly generate a meeting ID for you. All of the meetings now in Zoom require that you have a password, so you don't get to toggle this one off. It's a little lighter. This isn't an option. You do have to have a password. You can usually leave it to the password of numbers and letter combination that they have set. It's usually 6. But sometimes, you can tap on that and you can make it your own meeting password. So in this case, I'm going to say dogs. So I type that in and I'm going to hit return, and that's all set. So we have a couple options down here, and I'm going to tap on advanced options as well just to show you them all. So the first one means you want the host video on. And if you want to see people, that's usually the reason that we're using Zoom. So we would toggle that on. We would also toggle participants on, and then we have a couple of other options. So an enable waiting room would be to allow people to wait outside of the meeting and you kind of let them in as host. That doesn't make sense when we're doing it with family and friends. That's usually more of a professional setting, so we're not going to toggle that one on. Allow join before host. You can make the decision if this makes sense to you, but if someone has the link to the meeting, they could start the meeting before you as the host started the meeting, so they could join earlier. So say your family is getting together and you don't start the meeting right on the dot, they would be able to be in there talking to each other beforehand. And then there's the option to automatically record the meeting. In most cases, when we're using it with family and friends, we don't want to record meetings, but just so you know, you can preset it to record a meeting when you're scheduling it, or you can record it in the meeting itself. There are options for you as host to record the meeting. So, just so you know what that all is, when we are all set setting this up, we're going to hit done right up here. And it's going to move us on to another page where we have a couple more things that we have to fill out. So we can see a summary. We got Zoom dogs, we got the link, we have the time. And the thing that we want to pay attention to right here is invitees. So we want to be able to invite people to this meeting. And when we're using a smaller device like an iPhone or an iPad, we're going to tap on invitees, and then it'll ask us if we want to give it access to our contacts. This is only so it can auto-generate a list of the email addresses of the people who are in our contacts. If not, we can always just type in the email address that we want to send it to. So in this case, I'm sending it to the library's email address, and I'm going to hit, I hit enter, and it turned blue. And then when I am all set entering the emails, I can hit done, and it shows up right down here, and it will send the information to that account. So I have right here one invitee, and I'm all set. I'm just going to hit add right up here, and we're good to go. Now, if I want to see where that meeting is, I'm going to tap on meetings, and I can see the meetings that I have coming up. Part of this page might be a little blurry for you. It's just for security's sake, but here is the meeting for the dogs on Saturday. And if I wanted to start the meeting, I would tap on the event itself, so anywhere where it says Zoom Dogs, and right underneath I could start the meeting, or I could add invitees. Now if it's the day of, I'm going to click cancel to go back to the main screen. If it's the day of, you'll tend to see that right next to the meeting it says start, and you can just start it from there. It'll open up in your phone and you should be good to go. So that is how to schedule a meeting, how to send the meeting information in the app itself, and how to start a meeting on Zoom. Thank you.